When we create amazing custom solutions with no code, one of the hardest obstacles to overcome is properly sharing the access with the people who need it. Not just access, but also instructions. How can we expect people to use this custom software that we just built in no code if they themselves didn't build it? If we are the builders, we're also responsible for educating others on how to get the results we expect them to get using the new solutions that we built. No code is only powerful if people are actually using it, and in this video I'm going to show you how to easily create and immediately deploy SOPs or standard operating procedures to your team so that they can start to use the new no-code tools you're building. If learning about this is of interest to you, stick around and let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Gareth and this is Gap Consulting. It's our mission to help you unlock your full potential with no-code tools. We help you stay organized and get automated. And in this video, we're going to be sharing SOP best practices, how you can easily create new SOPs and immediately deploy them to your team. But before we get into the heart of things, I first want to invite you to join me for automation training. This free training will allow you to start unlocking your true potential. It will help you automate those repetitive tasks in the background and ensure that you are getting the most out of your no-code tool suite. It doesn't matter what tool you're using for automation, Airtable, Zapier, Make, Smart Suite, or anything else. The rules are the same and I teach them in that training. Go ahead and grab it at gapconsulting.io/webinar-registration. But without further ado, let's hop on into my screen. We are taking a look at an Airtable interface right now. And what I want to do is imagine that we need to share this with other members of our team and ensure that they know how to use it, right? We have all these different actions that we built in this interface. Here you can see that we've got email funnels. So by clicking on one of these, in this case, Airtable Crash Course or the automation webinar funnel that I just mentioned to you, we have a series of emails that go out with that. And we want to make sure that when we share this with other members of our team, they know what they're looking at. This is actual data for our current Airtable Crash Course. If you were to sign up for that, you're going to get this series of emails. It's going to be all about, how is Airtable different from a spreadsheet? How can you do these different field types in Airtable, etc. Now, the point is that on the back end, we've built a pretty cool system that includes funnel information and another table for the emails. And that's what we see here inside of our no-code tools. But it doesn't matter if you're doing email marketing or something else with your no-code tools. The point is that when you deploy the system and you need people to start using it other than you, it's often difficult for you to communicate to them how they use the tool. So let's imagine that we were like, okay, well, we can create a new email funnel right here. We simply go into our interface and we click here, we put a name in for this, and then we put the URL wherever we've created that funnel. So if it's like MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever it is, we can just plug the URL in there. We hit create and we create a new funnel. But if somebody brand new is coming to Airtable and they've never seen an interface before, they might not know to click there. So we need to build that SOP for them so that they can access it and get immediate instruction and work on things. The best tool I've found for this is called Guidde. That's guidde.co. I'll include a link below this video so that you can go ahead and sign up if you're interested in exploring the free account. You'll see that they have different plans, right? Like many software, you can do a free model and then you can upgrade if you want to get more advanced features from them. On the business plan, we get advanced features like text to voice generation, video privacy controls, custom word pronunciation. So like in my case, I'm saying Airtable all the time, and a lot of the AI bots will break it into 2 words, but we all know that Airtable is 1 word. So that is one of those places where, this type of thing really comes in handy. Also video insights and interactive actions. Not to mention blurring sensitive information, exporting videos, brand kits, removing the guide watermark, and unlimited how-to videos that come in with the pro version. So that's all packed in at the higher tier. But even on a free tier, you get some basic functionality that you should definitely try to implement in your business. So again, let's go back to this idea that we're here inside of Airtable. We need to record an SOP. This is how easy it is to do with Guidde. I'm already set up here and I've installed an extension on my browser. So all I have to do is go up and click that. And when I do, this pops up and it says, start creating your how-to video. So before I start creating it, I want to make sure that I'm on the screen that I need to be on in order to perform this function. So for me, if I were to back out really quickly, I'm going to perform this function from this Airtable interface. Now, quick pause here. It is an Airtable interface that I'm doing this from, but you can do this from any of your no-code tools. If you're inside of any web browser, you can access this for Make, for Zapier, for Notion, for Smart Suite, for Airtable. It doesn't matter where you are on the internet. It's going to be able to capture your different movements and the things that you're doing. It's going to, once we trigger this on, capture the different steps that we take and automatically compile that into a nice, concise SOP, as you're going to see in a minute. So let's go ahead and start this thing up. I'm going to, again, turn on here and I'm going to start capturing. And now all I have to do is give it a quick name. So for me, that's going to be how to create a new funnel, or just create a new funnel. Of course, I'm going to do this in English, but I have options if I want to choose something else. And I can also choose what it is I'm capturing. Is this customer onboarding, employee training? In my case, I'm going to make this a product how-to. And once I click go, it's now up to me to actually fulfill the steps of doing the thing. So let's do it. Here goes. Capture's about to start. Let's go. All right. It doesn't matter what I'm saying in the background, by the way. My audio is not being captured for Guide. It's just what I'm doing with my cursor. So I'm going to click here where I create the new funnel, and I'm going to put in a name, enter new funnel name, and I'll put enter new funnel location.com, just as an example. And let's go ahead and hit create. Now that we're done, that's how easy it is to create a new funnel for our system. I can then click back down here on the Guide extension that's popped up and simply say done. And you'll see that it's doing a little bit of thinking in the background. This will take just a moment, and now it's going to open up in a new page the SOP that it's still creating for us. Now, a couple of things to know. Guide is capturing all of our clicks. So you can see that we've got an introduction, and it says click here. It's actually highlighting the space on our screen that we need to click. Then we have to select this. These are steps that I don't even think about, right? As I'm using my computer, I just click where I need my cursor to go. Guide is capturing all of this for us, and it's breaking it down every click along the way. So it's putting this whole thing together, showing us what to enter. Now, one thing you might want to go back and edit is that it's going to take the actual things that you type and use them literally. So for me, I wanted to say, enter the funnel name here. Well, it's telling this person, well, every time you do it, you should put enter new funnel name. And I want them to just enter the new desired name for the new funnel, right? So I would change this, I would override this, and that's easy to do simply by clicking here. And I would say fill out the new funnel name field. And that's it. Easy enough to make changes here. Now, the other thing is we also get a video with this. And as you can see, the video is going to actually go through all the different steps that we went through with timestamps so that somebody can actually watch us. It's basically like they're sitting over our shoulder watching us take these steps. They can watch everything that we did over the course of this video and filled out everything here. So this is an amazing tool because it's taken us nothing really other than just creating the one thing. And we can, of course, go back and delete any sample data that we create, but it's now outlined our entire SOP, but we're not done yet. The cool part is actually how to share this with people on our team, which I'm going to get to now. Back in Airtable or whatever no-code software you're using, I'm going to go to the data source here. So here I've got my funnel and my emails, but I'm going to actually add a new table from scratch. And this is going to be my SOPs table. Now that I have it, let's save it up. And it's quite simple in terms of how I can build this. I can set up the title of the SOP. So for us, it would be create new funnel. And I'm going to create a URL field here. And this is where I'm going to actually share the URL that Guide creates for us. And then lastly, I'm going to create a button field that simply looks at the URL so that people can click on it and make updates. So we're going to simply write a formula that looks at the URL field that we created over there. So to test this out, I can go back to the SOP that we just built. I'll click share. And I will copy this entire link. I'll just copy the link for this particular SOP. And let's go back now to Airtable, and I'll paste it into my URL. So now anybody can just click this, and it will open up in another window or in another tab the SOP that we just created. They can watch the video and also read through all the different steps. Now, we're not quite done, but we're very close. So far, we have created our brand new SOPs almost effortlessly, and we've built a place for us to store that information and, of course, create new SOPs and just add new records in our SOP table. Very, very simple. The last step would be actually sharing this with people on our team. Who do we need to share this with? Well, it's the people who have access to the interface itself, right? So let's go back to the interface and go to edit mode now. And I can add a new page to my interface, and I will do a record review and say next. And I want to look at my SOPs table, and I can apply filters, sorts, or groups. This is a way to do it in Airtable. Of course, as I mentioned, we can build similar steps inside of any of our no-code tools for sharing this access. I don't want to actually show the URL, but I do want to show the button. So let's go ahead and say next, and I'll create this under the name SOPs. And now I have two different pages inside of my interface. I've got the email funnels, great, but we can also look at our SOPs, probably more important, especially as we're onboarding new people here. So let's go ahead and publish these changes to our interface. We just added this new page, and now take a look at how it'll work. So quite simply, when somebody gets stuck, they're over here in the email funnels, they don't know what to do, they don't know what to do next, they simply have to go to SOPs. They can search and look at the different SOPs. So far, we only have the create new funnel. They can select it. They can click the button to view it. Now we can change what that button says. We can change the appearance of all of this. This is a high-level demonstration to show you how easy it is to share this with others. And most importantly, something I haven't yet pointed out, and I'll open up an incognito window right now to prove it, is if I paste that same URL here, I'm still going to have that access to it. So I don't need these people to have access or to be logged into my Guide account per se. It doesn't matter if they're here or not, they can still access the Gap Consulting Guide links that I share with them in my SOP library. I know we went pretty quickly in this video. There is a lot to cover for sharing SOPs, but I hope you see how simple it is to set something up like this using Guide and Airtable or other no-code technologies. I know this is really helpful for us to share with our team as we make changes to our system, and I'm sure you're going to get a ton of value from it too if you try it out. Of course, if you got value from this video, please do subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. It helps a lot, but more importantly, keep on building.